Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Monday. It is an absolutely gorgina day.
Gorgeous.
In New York City. Like,
so
really
beautiful.
making me want to die.
So stunning. So incredible.
Stunning.
Fabulous. Put it in the blender and mix it up. Just one
Throw
of those
up,
days.
Give birth to it.
Sancerre al fresco, but more so like Sancerre in quarantine. In fresco, for sure.
Wow, what a long weekend. I think that I realized, weirdly enough, I don't like the weekends of quarantine because being a quarantinee during the weekdays, like there's stuff to do, like maybe you got to go to the grocery store, you have work to do, like the days go by faster. But a little trick I've realized that the problem with quarantine is the mental ability to stay in bed, because sometimes you don't want to stay in bed, like you want to go out for lunch or whatever. So I was very hungover on Saturday from Ben's happy hour Zoom on Friday.
It was crazy, you guys. It was a power hour, but it was really like a power 3 hours. I only stayed in it for like an hour and a half, but I was dancing. I was so out of breath. We were working so hard. And you know what?
Fun.
On Thursday's episode, I was saying on my Instagram story, like I was just being so negative. I feel like I've just been such a hater on like everything that.
It's hard not to.
It's so hard not to, but I am going to make a bigger attempt to just like stay above the line of positivity, because I don't like going to that dark place.
I know.
And I was like shitting on Zoom happy hours, and it was just because I was jealous, because it dawned on me that I hadn't been invited to one Zoom happy hour except from my own family, and that doesn't count.
No.
And it also dawned on me that anytime I tried to like call Snitch, she was always on a Zoom happy hour, and just like I was jealous.
It's a young person's thing.
I was having FOMO, and I was taking it out on Zoom happy hours. And you guys enjoy your happy hours. They're so cute.
They were fun.
And maybe I'll just get invited to some more if I'm a little more positive.
Maybe. Yeah. And, it's all about like what the vibe is in the happy hour. So Ben literally had a happy hour where he invited 60 people. And at one point there was like 35 people in it. And it was really hard because you were supposed to be listening to music and doing the power hour playlist and then drinking in between. But really the event needed an MC. And I'm nothing if not, a host and a bar mitzvah like MC.
For sure. But like your job is host.
Yeah, and the first like 10 minutes of the Zoom were like a little messy, would you say?
Yeah, I would say. I think I was confusing everyone, like just by like being an animal and like dancing, and people didn't know what to do. And then it's like, are we all supposed to dance?
So I eventually started hosting, and I was playing games, like pausing the music, having everyone share their favorite memory of bed. I think it ended up being really fun because you know what? I thought people would be over it and like leave, but like every time you throw a party, like in real life, like people eventually leave. But literally nobody had anywhere to go. So like the party went on to like 1 with like 20 people. We started playing Quiplash, which is such a fun game.
So did Ben have a good birthday?
You know what? All things considered, I think he did. I brought up the idea of going for a drive, and he literally like looked at me in the face and was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was like, "Why? It'd be so fun. Like we'll go up the Hudson Valley." He's like, "And where will we get out of the car?" I'm like, "No, we'll just drive." He's
you
like,
could get out of the car like along a riverbank or
he
something.
Like wanted to go to a restaurant, And I'm like, "No."
You have to use your imagination.
I'm like, and we'll take Theo. He literally hated the idea, and like I was crushed.
I hate that he hated the idea.
I know, but he also was working all day, so he really couldn't have taken a drive. And then we planned the happy hour. Like literally, I was planning the happy hour like I was a real party. Like I was cleaning my house.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I was just...
I mean, it gives you a sense of purpose. I actually had a very good quarantine weekend. I feel like I made every effort to, stay just above the line. I had like good division of the assets between sleep and lounging and like.
But did you have equitable division of the assets?
I think it was pretty equitable because I would sleep and then I would get up and I would move to my love sack. So I was like not in my bed all day. I finished one book. I read a whole other book and then I started another book last night. The first book that I read last weekend was like so dumb. It made me feel like so stupid for wasting my time. Like when you could be reading stuff of such import, the classics. Like, and I was just reading this garbage.
That sucks.
So then I asked my smartest friend Dana for some recommendations, and the second book that I read was like so funny and so good. I finished it in like 5 hours, and I just like I absolutely loved it. It was called The Unfortunate Importance of Beauty, and it was just a really great story.
It's kind of a profound title.
Yeah, no, because the whole thing is about like, beauty is only skin deep, blah, blah, blah. But it's like at the end of the day, honestly, beauty is powerful and it's so sad, but it's so true.
So sad, but so true.
So anyways, I guess like love isn't blind. I don't know. It was kind of like the antithesis to the show.
Sorry, the point I was trying to make before was that I was so hungover on Saturday. And when you're hungover, all you genuinely want to do is lay in bed. And I didn't feel like I was quarantined. I was like, literally the day went by in a blink. I was so hungover. I literally couldn't move my legs. And honestly, that's the key. It's just like being home sucks. But when you're hungover, all you want to be is home. Like you don't want to leave and frolic.
Maybe you should be hungover every day.
That's what I'm saying. The mentality of being hungover is that is really symbiotic, I think that is the word, with quarantine.
And was Theodora Fichemin hungover?
I mean, so we got a love sack 2 days ago, Friday came or Saturday it came, and I totally copied Jackie. I got the exact same one as her, and I don't even have space for it, but like I just needed another place to lounge during quarantine.
That's what I'm
that
saying.
wasn't my bed.
New
sensation. And there's really something about getting into bed at night. You know what I mean? Instead
That's
of
what I'm
turning
saying.
over for sleep.
Yeah. No, I mean, sometimes on the weekends, like I make my bed at 8:00 p.m. and then I just then I shower and get right back into it. But now I've been like getting up, making my bed. I actually have my sheets in the dryer today. So it's one of those days, you know, I just feel like during quarantine, like weeks are just flying by. I can't believe we're on week 4. This is
crazy.
week 4 of the teen.
And I can't believe it's already Passover. Like we were like saying a month ago, like what are we going to do for Passover? This will probably be over.
And we were like, we'll be able to be together.
Nope. Not at all. Literally, Ben went to the grocery store at 8 a.m. this morning because I went yesterday to get kosher meat and they were all out. I went to 3 Morton Williams. And then I asked the lady, I'm like, hey lady, when does the meat come? She said Monday morning. Ben gets up at the ass crack of dawn, goes Monday morning. Kosher meat comes on Wednesday.
Oh.
So it's just been nonstop torture. Like I'm so hungry, and the only thing that leaves me satisfied is like meat. Like I've been eating so much like tacos because I never really have meat like on the weekdays because I don't really cook. I just like order in, and I'm loving like the whole meat thing. And now that Passover starts Wednesday, we're gonna have to give up bread tonight. Every night is pasta night until Wednesday. Like I'm making penne alla vodka tonight.
Oh, totally. But you know what? I'm actually looking forward to giving up bread because like I need to dial it back a little bit.
I need to dial it back, but honestly,
Summer is still upon us.
The only thing that could make this quarantine worse is like restrictions on my diet.
I know.
I'm very, very annoyed about it. Plus, I can't seem to get any kosher meat. Like, it's so annoying.
I know. That's why I had to stock up on fish. I got a great fish delivery last week.
So did Ben.
From the Pescatore Fish Market in Grand Central. They're still delivering, and it's like such fresh, premium fish. And I got this whitefish salad that, like, I've never been a whitefish salad girl because when there's like tuna fish, I'll just eat that. But it's just so good. I've been having it on crackers, and I just like feel so fancy.
This has been like a culinary
experience
journey for me.
Oh my God,
you.
It's been such a culinary journey. Did you see that I made a flatbread?
I couldn't believe it.
It was so delicious. It was, it was really a pizza. I don't know the difference.
No, it was a flatbread.
It was so good. You would have loved it.
I'm so happy for you.
It was like a 2-cheese flatbread, pesto, tomato sauce. It was so, so good.
And did you watch Unorthodox, our toast series of the weekend?
I did. I have so many thoughts, and we will recap them. But also, we have a bit of housekeeping news because we announced on Thursday that we have 2 bits of housekeeping news. Both great. Great. I'm excited for you guys. Like, I feel like Thursday show was like a little bit of a down, but now we're on an up. You know, quarantine's it's a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster. Some days I'm absolutely loving the quarantine and I want it to never end. And some days I'm like ready to jump out my window.
No, like yesterday I was talking with Snitch and she was like saying how, in her expert opinion, like it's going to be over soon. And I got like a pang of like anxiety. I was like, wait, I'm not ready to leave my house. I'm so attached to this place now.
I'm not at all. Like you are Brie Larson and I am Jacob Tremblay. Like I will adapt and you won't. You're going to overdose in the bathroom.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. No, I've really adapted to my home, and I think, I love that for myself, because even on the weekends, like I always stay home, but I do feel like shit, but now I'm home and I'm not feeling like shit. Like I'm Pelotoning every single day.
Right, now you're using your home in different ways.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Anyways, 2 bits of housekeeping news. Both good. We're at the top of the roller coaster. One, we announced on Thursday that we were going to be moving to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule to limit the amount that we are going outside because a lot of people were saying that we should stop coming into the studio. Turns out more people want us to do the show than don't want us to do the show. So we're coming back every day this week.
Yeah, we'll be back every day this week. Honestly, I didn't realize like how many people really just relied on the toast for like normalcy and a sense of structure. And if we can be that for you, that's totally fine. We are being so careful. So like I was really never worried, but like people were yelling at us on Instagram.
Yeah, so it was making me worried, but like we know what we're doing every day. We're taking the proper steps. If it gets to a place where we are concerned for our own safety and health, we will reevaluate. But at this point, like we feel good about what we're doing and the work that we're doing, and we think that it's important to be in your living rooms every single day, making you laugh, talking about your pussy.
And then the second bit of
positive news.
It's more apparel news. I think we should be written up in Women's Wear Daily.
Yeah, WWD. They have the exclusive
yeah.
For tomorrow, but we'll just give you a preview.
Yeah.
Which is that the spring merch is dropping on Wednesday, right after the show is live. It's going to be a pre-order situation, so you can place your orders from Wednesday afternoon to Sunday evening. Get what you want, however much of it, whatever
Unlimited
size
quantities.
you want. And then we'll start to manufacture the orders. So you'll get your order in about 2 weeks, but you have the pre-order window from Wednesday to Sunday. You've seen pretty much everything that we have in stock. Claudia is wearing a shirt that we have today.
Yeah, we had a few items that we weren't able to manufacture just because a lot of the factories are closed. So we got out what we could.
Basically, it's only going to be apparel. None of our accessories are able to be manufactured at this time, but pretty much everyone is just wearing apparel right now. So we have the perfect quarantine wear.
For those
the long
wondering,
sleeve tie-dye shirt.
I'm wearing an extra large.
I think I wore a size medium in that shirt, and then the cropped shirt that I wore last week, the big blue sweatshirt, and then the crop sweatshirt I wore last week that says The Morning Toast.
We'll post pics on our Instagram of all the stuff, so just make sure you're following us at Instagram at The Morning Toast. We're almost at 200,000, and I think that's crazy for like a show.
Yeah,
you know?
for like a little Instagram show.
Yeah.
I think that's really exciting.
I absolutely love referring to our brand as a little Instagram show because someone once referenced it like as a little Instagram show, like trying to be bitchy.
Mm-hmm. And it was also back when it was a little Instagram show.
Yeah, it was just like a rude way of saying it because technically, like,
we're also a podcast.
The person who said it, like, I don't even know if they know that like we reference it all the time, and I don't even know if she
knows that she said it.
Yeah, and technically, like.
She has no clue.
No, that person also has a little Instagram show, so like I just think it's like kind of ironic.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
Yeah, our little Instagram show. So Wednesday, shopmorningtoast.com. For all updates, follow The Morning Toast on Instagram at The Morning Toast.
Yeah, and we'll update you tomorrow and Wednesday, and you won't miss a thing. So if you are excited about that, get more excited. We're really excited. We worked really hard on the drop, and it's not going to be everything that we thought it was going to be, but the important things we are getting to you, and we can all be like tie-dyed and pleating together.
And there's just like so many trends that like if we didn't get it out now, like who knows if tie-dye is going to be cool in 2 months. So like...
Yeah, no, and you guys, you deserve it.
You deserve it.
So anyways.
And so many people have asked, so.
That's that on that.
It is. That's that on that.
You know what else we did this weekend, which was so funny last night? We were FaceTiming as we both gave ourselves manicures.
Yeah, honestly, my left hand is like phenomenal. I should literally be Picasso.
Let me see. Can I see? Ooh, that's beautiful. And you got your granny color.
But my right hand.
Let me see.
I really don't want to show you.
Let me see. But when you claw it like that, it looks worse. Give me a nice, delicate like that. Beautiful.
Well, so I have a finger, my right index finger, when I was in Atlantic City before the show, my finger was throbbing. Literally, my finger was bright red and it was like pulsing and it got so hot. And I literally just started like playing with my nail bed and all of a sudden, not to be gross, pus started coming out. And I remember this happened to Snitch a few years ago. So I called her when I was in Atlantic City. I'm like, Snitch, why is there pus coming out of my finger? She basically said she got like some sort of infection from the nail place and I just got a manicure. So I blamed it on that. And the pain went away. And then when I took my nail polish off at the nail place the next day, there was like a crack in my nail, like literally crack 50%, like just chopped my nail in half. So now my nail is recovering. Like it is so special looking. Like it is in the shit. I don't even know how to describe it. So I wasn't even going to put nail polish on it, but I got so sick of having ugly nails. So this is better than nothing.
Yeah, I think it looks great, especially from far away.
Yeah, from far away.
My skills are really being honed.
By the way, your nails look
It's amazing what you can do if we should just get like a quick close up on my nails. It's amazing what you can do when you have to do it. Because I had like tried before, but now that I have no choice, like that's manicure level.
As they say. Necessity
is the mother of learning how to do your own nails.
Pretty much.
Love it. Okay, well, without further ado,
we have a lot to do. We're going to recap
so much to do.
Kardashians.
I don't even know where to start.
We're going to recap Real Housewives of New York. We're going to recap Unorthodox. We're going to sign a new movie. And I want to tell everyone that I started watching Winter Hill and I have so many thoughts.
Oh, okay. So you'll share them with the class. Yeah. And I'll share a few more thoughts about the new book that I'm reading called The Farm.
Okay.
It's called The Farm Chemin, actually. That's the long name, but people just abbreviate it to The Farm. It was another Dana choice, and it's some crazy shit. It's about, spoiler alert, a surrogacy farm.
Oh God,
isn't that crazy?
Dark.
I mean, it's just interesting. So I guess without further ado, also speaking of reading, I want to let you know that in addition to, just revving up, firing in all cannons for the toast, Redheads is moving to twice a month during quarantine because everyone is reading. We all want to start this new book that Snitch assigned because I heard it's so good, but usually I don't start it until the day before we record the episode, but like we all have more time to read. So we are going to be doing 2 episodes per month this month, but it's still Snitch's month, so she's picking the next book 2.
I feel like I would like Snitch's choice, like a light, easy high school read.
Yes, exactly. So the next episode will drop on April 16th, which means that you should start reading the book sooner rather than later. It's called Before We Were Strangers, and it's available for $2.99 in the Kindle store, which is such a great price for a Kindle book. So download the Kindle app, get to reading, join the Redheads. It's poppin'.
It's poppin'.
Anyways,
poppin'.
Now I feel as though it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you, even you in the back in the seat of the taxi, need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
And that's true, Jackie, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to get right to it. Today's episode is brought to you by a new sponsor, Hubble Contacts. Are you running out of contact lenses at the point that you need to hunker down most in your life and run your life from home? If you're not sure how to take care of essentials when your time and money are limited, if avoiding crowds is tempting to you, is tempting you to reuse contacts, then don't. You shouldn't have to worry about damage through overwear. Avoid the crowds, keep your eyes healthy, and get contacts you can afford delivered straight to your door with Hubble. Their contact lenses have been way overpriced until Hubble. They offer more affordable daily lenses by selling directly to you. You can get quality daily lenses for a fraction of the cost of the other guys. No prescription, no worries. Hubble can connect you to an optometrist near you. And optometrists agree. Daily lenses are healthier for your eyes. The problem is that daily lenses are typically more expensive before Hubble. Now you can actually afford to wear a fresh pair every day. Best of all, you'll avoid damaging your eyes by needlessly reusing lenses. Don't leave your home with more than you need to. Set up a convenient contact lens subscription with Hubble to get your monthly supply sent straight to you. Margot and Olivia have been wearing contacts like since they were like 9, and I remember like how it's such torture to get contacts. Like it's a whole process. And I remember when Margot like got dailies, it was like the biggest deal. It was like getting like an Hermes bracelet. Like it was like such a big deal. And I feel like it shouldn't. So honestly, Hubble makes a lot of sense. You can get 2 weeks of daily lenses shipped straight to your door for just $1. That's 30 contacts for just $1 at hubblecontacts.com. That's HUBBLE. Don't forget to select our show in the post-checkout survey. That's 30 contacts for just $1 at hubblecontacts.com. Thank you, Hubble. We see you.
Sign on, get your eyes right. Okay, first story, some more positive news. You know, someone finally is listening to our cries for premium content because Quibi has launched today.
Oh my gosh, wait, I've been seeing in my time hop today, I got so many ads about it. What a great time for like a streaming service to launch, you know?
Yeah, this was always their planned launch date because we had reported on it a while back. But now at a time when like we just need content at all times, and Quibi is that. This is so exciting.
This is so exciting. I'm going to download it. I'm not going to lie. I was a little hard on Quibi the last time we were here talking about it because I'm not going to lie. I didn't really understand it. But Jackie and I actually had the esteemed honor of being invited to the Quibi offices when we were in LA, sitting down with the team. Yes, Jeffrey Katzenberg. And they showed us a bunch of episodes of Punk'd, a bunch of episodes of their new show. We got like a special phone that like had the whole platform on it.
Yeah, we got to like basically watch some of the content and try out the platform and see what they're all about. And
it was premium.
It was so cool. Right now they're doing 90 days free. Oh. So there's really like sign on, smell amazing.
I'm gonna I'm so bored. Like, I'm going to download it.
Yeah, no, and they have some really premium shows. So Quibi is a new streaming platform that shares bite-sized episodes of original content in 10 minutes or less straight to your phone. They've dropped tons of content in April 2020 and shows to keep you entertained while you continue to social distance. Some of the shows that they have already are Chrissy's Court,
which is what everyone's talking about. And I heard a rumor that a couple toasters got on Chrissy's Court because the whole thing is it's like a real legal court, like whatever the judgment is binding within the California laws or whatever. But it's like silly drama. It's like Judge Judy, but like a little more like silly. And there were these toasters who got scammed out of stagecoach tickets on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And I believe that their drama made it on Chrissy's Court because like it was a whole Twitter thread that went viral about it.
Yeah, so she's presiding over just like petty drama, but with a real legal, like her judgments have like real legal merits, so it's actually fucking hilarious.
Her sister is the bailiff.
It's very exciting. So there's a lot of shows, a lot of scripted shows. One called Most Dangerous Game with that guy, Christoph Waltz. He's just like the scariest guy on the planet.
He's, like he played a Nazi once and he will forever in my mind just be a Nazi.
Yeah, I know. Just like a happy little Nazi.
Yeah. Shoshana! Au revoir! He's so crazy. Okay, did I ever tell you the story about Au revoir, Shoshana?
Yes, you did.
I was, they're not dating anymore, but one of my friends started dating a new guy and like we like ran into them somewhere and we were leaving and like we started walking away and he was like, bye. And we were like, bye. And he was like, au revoir, Shoshana, which I get is like a movie reference, but it's literally Shoshana running away from a Nazi who's saying au revoir. And it was such a weird thing for him to do. And me and Ben like never stopped talking about it. Au revoir, Shoshana. So yes, Christoph Waltz. Also, Joe Jonas has a show, Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe. Sophie Turner's in a show, a scripted show called Survive. There's a show called Flipped with Will Forte and Caitlin Olsen. There's a lot of unscripted shows too.
You know who has a show? I saw an ad, Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine.
Oh my God, I love that.
I believe it's like a house show, like flipping or something.
Oh, cool.
The new Christina and Tarek.
Jennifer Lopez has a show, Punk'd with Chance the Rapper. We got to see an episode of that, and honestly, it was so good.
He was punking
Megan Thee Stallion.
It was so funny. It was so elaborate. Like, I couldn't believe how much money they put into the prank. I don't remember watching Punk'd so much as a kid.
We were like we also like weren't like Ashton Kutcher stans.
And we weren't like MTV
No, when we grew up in such a girly household, like no one was turning on Punk'd.
No, totally.
But we know the reference.
Yeah.
There's a lot of premium content. I'm really excited to watch this. And it's cool because Quibi, it's made to be watched vertically or horizontally, whatever you prefer.
Right, like if you are twisting your phone.
It's filmed both ways, so like you can watch whichever way you prefer. You don't have to like keep turning your phone around.
I've just been dying for some new content, and I can't believe not one streaming service has been taking advantage of
that's what we have been saying.
I know, but it's like, I get that everyone has like a programming schedule, and I totally respect that. But this is uncertain times, and people, I don't know the figures, but people are definitely watching more TV than ever. And I just can't believe not one, like even Little Fires Everywhere, like not being released in bulk, or Netflix not releasing the new season of The Society. Like, I just can't believe
there is no new season of The Society yet.
I know, but I just can't believe that like not one streaming service is like hopping up. Like, this is a streaming service dream.
No, I know. And here's Quibi to save the day.
Save the day. I didn't know you get 90 days free. I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I just saw that this morning, which is just really smart.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm gonna go all in. Ooh, my stomach's making crazy noises.
I wonder if the microphone's picking up. Are you hungry? You have to duty.
Probably both.
Yeah, no, you don't duty, so
a little bit of both.
Yeah, maybe it's just a burp. You want to hear something weird? I don't know if I've ever said this on the show, but like most people, when you wake up, like what's the bodily function that like you do? Like you probably fart in the morning, like when you wake up.
No,
you don't.
No,
Ben burps the second he wakes up.
That's even weirder.
And it's so weird because to me, burping is only brought on really by like food or beverage, you know? So it's like he literally wakes up and like, I think most people actually do fart in the morning. I know you don't fart and like you don't know what normal human bodies do, but we humans do sometimes fart in the morning. But Ben burps.
Okay, you said sometimes versus like, what's the first thing you do every morning?
Pee.
No, but like, okay.
No, but I mean, like, if you're going to do a bodily function in the morning, like, it's going to be a fart, you know?
Oh, no,
Ben
I don't know
burps
that.
in the morning, and I only recently realized it's every single morning. Like, it, like, literally gets up, he's like, ugh. It's so weird, and, like, honestly, I think there's something wrong with him.
Maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to get Dr. Fichemin in there.
Oh, yeah,
with
big
his
time.
stethoscope.
He's writing a prescription.
Oh, a prescription for love and
I was
joy.
just going to say that. A prescription for love.
Okay, well, anyways, I'm excited to get on Quibi today and just like have a new sensation.
I also love watching things on my phone, so I these days I'm like even too lazy to turn the TV on.
Have you been seeing that ad for that thing that goes around your neck and you just watch on your neck?
The last flight we were on the way home from LA, I saw a man fell asleep with it on, and he looked so dumb, but it looked like headgear, but honestly, it's genius. Holding my phone up, my arms hurt.
Yeah, my wrist. I started putting Icy Hot on my wrist, even though my screen time was down this week from last week, still at 5 hours, but we're down 12%.
5 hours?
I know, but that's a lot for me.
I'm going to check my screen time from yesterday.
Like, my screen time is directly correlated to my tendon in my wrist. My rendon. Let's see where you're at.
Screen time is, I honestly hate that they give you screen time. Well, today, 47 minutes, but
let's say yesterday, for example.
Yesterday was a bad day.
It's the perfect one.
I'm honest. Okay. Oh, week. Okay, my daily average is only 6 hours. Honestly, that's not that bad. TikTok is the most used app. That's so sad.
What was yesterday?
How do you see?
I don't know.
Oh, Sunday. Oh my God, 10 hours.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I'm not even mad. What the fuck else am I supposed to be doing? Working out? Oh, by the way, which I did. I think I really lost my mind on Saturday. Jackie convinced me to download the Peloton app, and she made me like a username, Theo's mom. And I did it.
Theo's mom was taken, so she's Theo's mom, if you want to follow her.
I did a 20-minute beginner yoga, like, and mostly because I just didn't want anything too high impact because I had just taken a shower. But I don't know who the fuck I thought I was. Like, I don't do yoga. My body doesn't move like that. My hips were brittle as fuck, like killing me. Like,
good.
I had no rotation in
Wake
my hips.
them up, shake them out.
No, I can't. Like, honestly, I'd rather do a dance class. Like, honestly, learning a TikTok,
you know what,
is a workout.
I agree that learning a TikTok is a workout, but I actually think you would hate a dance class. I think it would make you so sore, like jumping on your hardwood floor and like. No.
Yeah, also having enormous breasts like really limits the type of workout you can do. Like, I can't ever do high knees, you know?
Amen to that.
My tits like hit me in the nose.
Yeah, I'll do high knees sometimes, but the one thing I will not do in my lifetime, and I'm certain that I can get into shape without doing them, is burpees.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that you can get into shape without working out.
You can.
Like a doctor once said, it's 90% what you eat and 10% working out. So I'm eating like shit, and why would I do the 10% workout if it's just going to be negated by what I eat?
Yeah. I mean, you can.
I have my own methods.
Yeah, you know what? It's working for you.
Thank you.
You seem really
I'm
happy.
really pleased with how everything's going.
Okay, I know this is the positive episode, but we do have some sad news. But I think it's like some...
Is it about the tigers?
No. Fuck the tigers.
Bronx Zoo?
I know. That's a crazy story, too.
Totally.
No, it's about Teresa Giudice because her father, No,
oh my God,
and Joe Gorga's father has passed away. He passed away on Saturday morning. It was really sad, but like... he's reunited with his wife.
Yeah.
So they're seeing this, like the Instagram captions have really gotten me like in my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
They're just really celebrating his life.
I mean, he was like so many things, but I think of him most as like the guy who held the family down while Teresa was away and while Joe was away. Like he moved into the house, he was like driving the kids to school. And I think we all knew that he wasn't doing so well because Melissa and Teresa were both like just tweeting out, asking people to pray for No, but he's been in and out of the hospital. Like you just assume he's going to make it.
Yeah. He died on Friday morning, I'm sorry, at the age of 76.
It's so sad. Honestly, just Teresa loves her parents so much. And like, again, just not what she needs.
No, not at all. Like she just, got over the last heartbreak and now the divorce, and it's just a crazy, crazy time.
I know, but it's, I like to look at things with the glass half full, and it's almost poetic, Yeah. It's like No left, he stayed because Teresa needed him, and now she's free.
Yeah, you have
to be positive in times like this.
Yes, and he is reunited with his wife, and it seems like they had a beautiful love story.
Oh my God, he was so cute. Like him boiling that live like squid in the middle of like 8 a.m. while all the kids are getting ready for school. He was an icon, and he will forever be remembered.
Yeah, he will forever be remembered. Okay, next up. So I know I said I wouldn't care about anyone who could possibly go on Miley Cyrus's live show.
Yeah. And by the way, before you say what I think I know you're going to say, I just think it's really worth noting how her numbers have gone down, because when she first started doing it, it was like still funny and interesting. And like, even though like nobody asked, we weren't over it. She was averaging, when I would check in, between 20 and 30,000 people watching live. I checked in the other day, like, because, now she's really just like shouting into the void. She was at 6,000 people, which is literally how many people watch my live stream.
Yeah. So I actually saw that she was having a guest that I was actually interested in. Selena Gomez.
And by the way, when Selena came on, there was over 100,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, like the tea. There's so much drama there. There's so much history.
By the way, like the Disney games, like this is just fabulous.
Yeah, no, it's so fabulous. I didn't watch the live stream, but I hoped, maybe some tea would come out of it. Like, yo. Yeah, I said it twice. You got a problem with that? I don't know if they addressed those times. But Selena Gomez did share that she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So Selena Gomez appeared as a guest on fellow Disney kid Miley Cyrus's Bright-Minded Instagram live stream and revealed that she suffers from the mental illness. She disclosed that she was diagnosed by doctors at McLean Hospital in Belmont, Massachusetts, which she refers to as one of the best mental health facilities in the United States. For Selena Gomez, educating herself on the diagnosis has brought her peace of mind. So she shared a bit about her journey with that. And
that's great.
Lovely of her to share.
Lovely of her to share. She's so closed off, like she really is so private that I think this is fabulous for sharing. I think a lot of her young, more impressionable followers really will respect it. And I respect it as well.
Yeah. And I respect that like these two queens are coming together.
On Instagram.
I know. But like there will always be.
I mean.
There will always be beef.
Let's take it back. Like between Demi Lovato, the queens of Disney, Demi Lovato, Selena, and Miley. Like, what was the beef? It was half Nick Jonas.
It started with Nick Jonas, but then
who dated Nick Jonas first? Miley.
But then I think also it was just like Miley and Selena were like the two queens, and like they were probably always being pitted against one another by the network. Like I'm sure
they were like, look at Wizards of Waverly Place's ratings.
Look what
Hannah.
Selena's doing. Like, yeah. And, so I'm sure it was a lot of, like, just women being pitted against each other and children, honestly.
Also, it's kind of hard not to get competitive. They literally, like, both just had, the two biggest shows, and then they both wanted to become pop stars.
And then they were both dating Nick Jonas.
They had, like, the same career.
Yeah, and then they were both best friends with Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift, and, like, they were just fighting over everything. So it's like, of course you're going to hate this person, but I actually feel like they would have gotten along.
Yeah, maybe they did. You never really know what goes on behind closed doors.
No, you never really know. And now they're coming together, and I love to see it.
Love to see it. I wonder how that came about. Like, did Miley DM Selena? Does Selena even follow Miley? Like, I just would love to know the logistics behind getting her booked.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, people's PR reps are, like, now going to Miley being like, I'd love to have my client on your show.
Right. And, like, I don't know if you saw, but Nene Leakes and Kim Zolciak planned an Instagram Live on Friday night, like, cocktails. They haven't seen each other in, like, 3 years. They haven't spoken to each other in so long. And they decided to reunite on live stream and, like, kind of, like, get back together. And they did it. And Kim Zolciak could not figure out how to get Nene Leakes on, and they never did it.
Wow, that's really sad.
That's where it's like, I draw the line. Like, if you're going to bother us with your Instagram Lives, at least know how to conference someone in.
That's actually a great segue into our next story, but I'm just going to pause because did you see that article that I sent yesterday about like the
Times article?
The Times article about like the end of celebrity culture.
Jackie, I thought it was so fabulous and so poignant, and I couldn't even... You know, there's something going on right now in celebrity culture.
And there's something that we were touching on last week, and it makes me feel like I'm being negative when I'm saying, like, I just don't care about what the celebrities are doing. But it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah, and this New York Times article, which I don't know the woman's name, so I apologize, but it was just perfectly pointing out like why nobody gives a fuck right now. Like, it's this weird interim where celebrities are meant to be like rich but also approachable. And when we think of like the rich people in America, like honestly, the celebrities aren't in that top tier of rich people. So they're like in this weird place where they have to like use their platforms as a voice to like raise awareness for quarantine, but nobody wants to hear from them. Like, and it's honestly a terrible time to be a celebrity, according to this article. And I just thought it was really, really well written.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a terrible time to be a celebrity if you're just like staying quiet. Like sometimes all you have to do is nothing. Like that's literally what we're all doing in this country right now. But celebrities like feel this need to like guide us and coach us. And it's like, I'm like, I don't need your help.
We don't need it.
Especially when it's like, and to
the
us,
irony.
It's the irony. And like when I watch a celebrity video, I'm like, oh my God, you have a fireplace and a pool and a backyard. And like, I'm so jealous. But it's also like, I don't need to hear about how you're coping when you have all of these things that most people don't have.
Yeah, like one of the clips they posted in the article was like J-Lo's backyard with her kid, like bringing her a hamburger. And it was just so tone deaf in the sense that like, she's like, we're managing. I'm like, I'm sure you are. You have a full staff.
Yeah, like you're at a resort.
Yeah, it's just, it's a weird time to be a celebrity in the sense that like, part of being a celebrity is just being adored and well-liked by everyone. And right now, I think the climate is that nobody gives a fuck. And we really don't want to hear from you. And that's why that Imagine video by Gal Gadot and friends was just so unnecessary. Like, literally nobody asked and nobody wanted it.
Yeah, the article's called Celebrity Culture is Burning.
And I just thought it was really nice to put words to a feeling. Like, I can't understand how, like, I scroll past people's Instagrams and I'm just so disinterested. Like, right now I'm so much more interested in watching the content of my friends. Like, how are other normal people passing the time? Like, that to me is content I want to consume.
Yeah, and if anything, and I know there was a similar article about influencers, and how like the influencers are like irrelevant, but I actually don't agree that influencer culture is imploding. I think there are some influencers who people are really turning to right now in terms of just even like how do I work from home? Like how do I keep my home? Because influencers really like work from the home. And by the way, they're the experts.
For the most part, influencers are really not celebrities. They live regular lives. Like they live in regular apartments. They're nice, but they're regular people. They're regular young adults, millennials, post-grad. So I actually disagree as well. Like, I think that right now, like, there are some influencers, like, who I will really never like again because of this. And there are some influencers who, like, I just absolutely love. Like, honestly, we were talking about this on Friday. Like, I just can't stop watching Heather McMahon's stories. Like, they're so funny. And she's just at her mom's house, like, a regular person. Like, there's now, I think more than ever, like, such a difference between, like, a traditional celebrity and, like, an internet star. And honestly, right now, I'd rather be an internet star.
Yeah, totally. And it's, like, just because you have, like, I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, you know, she's into, or like that house is so nice, like I can't relate. But it's like, no, I can watch someone who's in a nice house that are also just like, there's a right way to do something. Just because you're a celebrity or you're privileged, like doesn't mean that everybody automatically hates you.
Yeah.
But just like understand your position.
No, literally half the battle of being a celebrity right now is just shutting the fuck up.
Oh my God, just stop. So many people are digging their own graves because they don't stop fucking posting.
Okay, like Josh Gad crying, like we couldn't say it when the video came out, but like that was awful.
Right.
I think I did say it when the video came out.
You did say it when the video came out, and I didn't watch the whole video.
But it's like just Josh Gad and his Disney money, like, spare me.
Yeah.
Spare me.
So anyways, just an interesting
time to be alive in the age of quarantine.
Yeah, and if any celebrities watch the show and you're like, oh my God, like what should I be doing? The answer is do nothing.
Yeah, just be
Turn
quiet.
your phone off.
And if you want to be charitable, like honestly, just do it silently.
Yeah, like that's the biggest mitzvah of all, is just to donate to charity anonymously.
Right, like did you know that Leonardo DiCaprio raised $12 million for No Kid Hungry? No, because he's not out here thirsting about it on Instagram.
Yeah, and I understand that it's a weird line to walk when you're an influencer celebrity, because it's like you want to use your platform to highlight these organizations, but at times like this, and especially when you're a celebrity or a rich person, it's like, don't tell me to donate, you go donate.
Oh, totally.
And I even feel that like for me, I always prioritize just like, do your good in the quiet. And like I feel like so many times people say, oh, I want to raise awareness, but they just want to raise awareness for the fact that they're raising awareness.
Right. And right now, quarantine is nothing that it doesn't need to be raised awareness for. Like we all know there are certain things where it's like your awareness doesn't help. We already knew that things are bad and we know not to leave and we know to wear gloves. Like at some point it's like the awareness isn't helpful anymore. Like we're aware.
Yeah, we are aware. Thank you.
I have been made aware. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, well, next up, Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12 reunion will be filmed remotely due to coronavirus crisis.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah.
Coronavirus has gone too far.
Too far.
I just caught up. Oh, my God, that actually sucks. I don't care how high-tech it is. Like, literally, remote interviews are trash, and reunions are so fabulous. I would beg the network to reconsider. Like, I'd rather get it a month later.
No, I know, but, like, I'm sure they thought about it. It was actually supposed to be filmed in person at the end of March, and so they've already postponed it. And I think they have to get it popping.
That's awful.
For the first time ever, the annual episodes will be filmed remotely, with Bravo bringing the hit franchise's cast back together via video feed from their homes as all self-isolate amid the coronavirus pandemic. Nene Leakes, Candy Burris, Cynthia Bailey, Kenya Moore, Portia Williams, and Eva Marcel are all expected to be in attendance, as are friends of the Housewives, Marlo Hampton and Tanya Sam.
It's actually Tanya. I love Marlo so much, and you actually said something once that, and I don't even think that you like watch Atlanta as like religiously, but you actually said how it's really unfair that Marlo Hampton has never been a housewife because she's like a part of every storyline, but never really is given the platform to defend herself. And even though she does some things I really disagree with, like this season more than ever, I don't understand why she's not a housewife, and it really is kind of weird how she's never been one.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes I feel like they just refuse to give it to someone maybe who like wants it so much.
But honestly, I don't get the vibe that Marlo's like thirsty to be in the group. Like she's genuinely friends with a lot of people, Nene, but like she's genuinely a part of storylines. Like it doesn't feel forced. So I don't really understand like the whole Marlo relationship with the network. And honestly, there have been seasons where she's literally been the star, like literally in Africa at the bottom of the staircase screaming at everyone. Like I don't get that whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't want it, but I can't imagine that.
No, I can't imagine that either. Well, that's going to be really interesting.
No, that's going to be awful.
But you know what? Actually, I'm being positive. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because remember when we said when they did that special with Teresa and Joe was in Italy and we were like, it's never going to work if they're doing it over video. We won't be able to understand like what they're feeling and the dynamics. They did a great job.
Yeah, Joe's was very high tech, but this is so different. Like Bravo most likely sent a crew to Joe. You can't send a crew to people's houses right now.
No, but like maybe Bravo is sending them a camera and a microphone in the mail and showing them how to set it up. And maybe they're even sending like one technician to set it up, like, you know, a Peloton bike or something. Okay. And they're going to make it good. I don't think it's going to be like a Zoom happy hour.
It's just a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, it might make some of the conversations more streamlined. Like maybe they'll only chat 2 housewives at a time when it only relates to them, and then you don't have people like piping in.
But that's the best part.
Yeah, and then you get like the iconic one-liners.
It might be very effective in the sense like people might really be able to work out their issues if Andy's just mediating between 2 people and like the other people's microphones are turned off. But from an entertainment standpoint, like I don't want it.
Yeah, I know, but you know what?
Like I live for a thirsty housewives moment.
This also just doesn't bode well for when this is going to be over. Because if this is going to be over like by the end of the month, hopefully, God willing, then couldn't they wait till like May 1st?
Yeah, I know. And then it's like you get more life out of people. There's more drama. Like I really feel like a 4-week delay wouldn't be the biggest deal given the circumstances.
Yeah, it's just that there's already been a delay. And I think, you know, the season's running. Like at a certain point, a reunion has to air.
Yeah, I guess.
So it is what it is. I like the innovation.
It is what it is.
Necessity is a mother of invention. This could be the best thing ever.
Yeah, but I'm just really looking forward to like a thirsty housewives moment on the reunion, like snatching a wig, bullhorn.
Oh yeah, I wonder what they're gonna wear if they're gonna get all dressed up.
Yeah, a thirsty moment brought to you by Liquid IV. Everyone's talking about Liquid IV's hydration multiplier. You even heard about how much we love it. But have you heard about their latest product, the Liquid IV Energy Multiplier? Their multiplier tastes amazing, just like their lemon lime flavor. You mix it in with water and drink. Energy Multiplier gives you a sustained energy boost with no crash. I just have to say, Liquid IV saved my life this weekend because when I was so hungover, I know like the only thing you're really supposed to do when you're hungover is drink water, but I find it so difficult. So when I pop in a Liquid IV, I'm getting so much more nutrients, so much more like energy, so much more everything out of the water that it's not really what it's for, but it really helps in a hangover.
There must be something in the water.
Jackie, did you know that half of Americans report that they fight with daily fatigue? Maybe you recognize some of the signs of low energy. Decreased focus, lack of motivation, poor mood, unhappiness, yelling about Zoom happy hours.
Oh my God. This is me.
Liquid IV's Energy Multiplier gives you sustained energy throughout the day, fights fatigue without the crash. It's the perfect replacement for morning coffee and an all-natural alternative to processed energy drinks. Their cellular transport technology delivers an optional ratio of nutrients for more of an effective uptake, plus their premium matcha and green energy blend tastes delicious and provides a lasting energy boost throughout the day. Get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TOAST at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website. Just go to liquidiv.com, enter the promo code TOAST to save 25% off and get better hydration and energy. That's liquidiv.com, promo code TOAST. Don't wait, start fueling your adventures today.
Wow. Sign on. Get your hydration levels right. I love Liquid IV. Honestly, THEO looks a little fatigued today. You might
maybe
want
I'll give him some
put
multiplier.
some Liquid IV in his bowl.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Oh, cutie patootie.
Hi, my angel boy.
Hey,
I gave him
angel
a bath
muffin.
today, and I also attempted to give him a haircut with Ben's like electric razor.
Oh my God. What?
Well, I just wanted to trim his legs and his belly because that's where it's like when he walks on the street, he's like contracting the most dirt. And so the razor didn't really work. And then I grabbed some scissors and tried to cut the hair on his leg, but it's very coarse. I couldn't even get the scissors through it. So I would say it was a wholly ineffective grooming session, and I'm really looking forward to Allie, his groomer, being back.
Shit. Well, our fifth and final story is a little cat news. A tiger at the Bronx Zoo has tested positive for coronavirus.
And I heard as of last night it was 6 tigers.
Yeah, a lot of animals in the animal kingdom of the Bronx Zoo have tested positive. This has really been like the month of the tiger.
Big time. They got it from an asymptomatic employee.
That's fucking crazy. But there's still no proof that an animal can give it back to a human. So that's why it's like not a huge deal. A tiger at the Bronx Zoo in New York City has tested positive for SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19 in people, according to United States Department of Agriculture's National Veterinary Services laboratories. The big cat is thought to be the first animal known to be infected with the virus in the U.S.
In the U.S. I'd heard about one dog in China.
I know, very sad. While other animals, all pets, have tested positive for the presence of the virus, experts say that there have been no reported cases of animals spreading the virus to humans. The tiger was tested for the virus after several of the zoo's lions and tigers and bears, started showing signs of, started showing signs of respiratory illness, according to the USDA. The agency expects all of the big cats to recover.
Well, that's good, but that is so sad. Also, just very weird timing. Like, all this the big cat, hi, it's Carol Baskin with the Big Cat Kitty Cat Rescue. It's just honestly a little creepy. Like, this has been the month of tigers and COVID-19, and now that the two are one, it's freaky.
I feel like this always happens. Like, I have this theory where it's like two big like world, I mean, this is just like a TV show and a tiger at the zoo, like, and now we're all talking about tigers, but it's like these things always happen where it was like Hurricane Harvey that passed through came at the same time like all the Harvey Weinstein stuff was happening. I have a few more of these similarities that I will share when I remember them, but it's always interesting.
You know what I just find funny about this whole story is that no animals in the wild have caught coronavirus. So maybe locking animals up in the zoo is just not healthy. Maybe tigers, this is a wake-up call.
Maybe tigers aren't meant to be so close to human beings.
Maybe tigers aren't meant to be in the Bronx. How about that, okay?
No, I think that's where they come from.
No, like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, what if we leave animals alone? Like, what about that? What about that?
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. I was just watching an episode of One Tree Hill, and they were, like, doing this dare night, and one of the dares was, like, to steal an animal from the zoo, and they stole a turtle, and then the guy, like, ended up loving the turtle, and he was like, should we keep it? And you know what the guy said? He said, no, a cage ain't living. Wow. Profound. The animal rights activist we need.
Also, I have a list on my phone of all the funny coincidences.
Oh, you keep a list? That's so
because
weird.
I never can remember, but I don't understand what my list means except also
Let me try.
Okay, I have Harvey, which is Hurricane Harvey and Harvey Weinstein. Stormy, because at the same time that Kylie named her daughter Stormy, all that stuff with Stormy Daniels was happening.
Okay, that's funny.
And then I have another one, Jimmy. I don't know who he is.
I don't know any Jimmys except Hoffa.
Anyways, just a fun, interesting fact.
That is like a funny, like, little thing.
List. Yeah, I keep like a number of lists on my phone of things I always like reference, but I can never remember.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah, I'm gonna go I need to start using lists on my phone more, even for like notes on TV shows that we watch. I know that you've started doing that.
Oh my God, because I have amnesia and I can't remember my thoughts.
Yeah, the only thing I wrote down from Rahoni and Kardashians last week was just from the Kardashians that they had dinner with the president of Armenia, and I was just like feeling such this like bursting of pride for them.
Jackie,
and
literally same.
All I could think about was like what their dad would think. Like,
should we dive into the Kardashians?
Yeah, I think we'll dive right in.
Well, because part of writing it down is just remembering what happened, and then we can like talk about the moments. But it's honestly such a long episode. I have so many notes from the Kardashians. So I didn't even realize like how dumb the argument that they were having was, because Kourtney's like so upset and she's so negative. But like, no one's forcing her to be there, and she very well could have and should have quit last season. So like, why are we having this argument? Like, why did she film the first 2 episodes of this season?
I don't know.
Like, what's the point?
Maybe she thought that she could do it, and maybe she didn't want to. I don't know how the salaries work. because I feel like she might still be getting paid even though she's not on the show. But maybe she just like wasn't ready to like really actually quit.
Maybe.
And she thought like maybe she just needed a break, because sometimes you do just need a break.
Big time. And I really would love to understand the financials, because Kourtney lives like at the same level of life as like Khloe, and they don't work equal amounts. So
No.
like I would genuinely be curious how Kourtney like supplements her lifestyle.
Yeah, I feel like for her, she is like conscious of that paycheck, you know? And so that's why she wasn't so quick to just quit the show.
Right, like Khloe does all those club appearances. She does Good American. Like she has stuff going on.
Yeah. And she's always doing like an ad here and there.
Yeah, no, she like works actively. So I
Yeah.
would just be curious. I'm sure the money had something to do with why she didn't quit at first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the actual physicality of the fight. Like it was wild.
Oh my God.
Kim was bleeding.
It was really, really crazy. The body makeup all over the wall was
So
also
funny.
crazy.
And Khloe with the baby wipes, like wiping down her wall, so funny.
No, I mean that shit is so real. No one can say that this show is like fake, because like you know that feeling of when you're just like so angry, like fighting with your sibling,
And like you have that crack in your voice and you just want to cry.
Yeah, and they both were having it. And like Kim was obviously like so torn up, but she's so good at like not crying when she has full glam.
And I think Kim was like genuinely shocked that Kourtney like put her hands on her.
Yeah. But like Kourtney just like got to that point. I understand like Kim was totally pressing her buttons, and it's like I happen to be Team Kim, but like she was being a shit starter.
No, she's being provocative. But then like when you put your hands on someone, like whatever led you there is irrelevant, because you put your hands on someone, you are wrong.
And it's like even though it looked like Kim was beating the shit out of Kourtney, like Kourtney didn't have marks on her.
No, and Kourtney got a face slap in first.
Yeah.
And then
like,
Kim just wouldn't let it go. Like they did get separated, but honestly, like you don't get to beat me up and me not to fight back. So that's why Kim went after her again twice.
Yeah, she literally was like trying to punch her in the face.
It had to be done.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
It was crazy.
I can't believe they like let us see that though, because they like value their family so much. I mean, but then maybe it just shows like that by the time that this all airs and stuff, like they're so over it, like they're so fine.
Yeah, but sometimes when they live tweet, like they still are like tension.
I know. I think it just adds to how much people are going to talk about it.
And I think that they all are genuinely in agreement. Like the show is theirs and they want to protect themselves, but at the same time, like they want to bear all for everyone, because I'm sure this season is doing so well. Like that remember when they were like cutting and pasting episodes with Chris Humphries? Like we all knew, and like no one was interested in that. And I think that it really affected their ratings. So when they're raw and real, I think that it's good for business.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think the fight between Kim and Kourtney, least interesting to look at, was like one of the biggest moments they had last season. So
Lunatic.
When they are fighting, they're not going to shy away from showing that, even though that seems like the last
thing they would want people to see.
Yeah, and also like now it's like what else? I guess now that they have their kids and stuff, they have other things that they want to protect. So it used to be like we're not going to fight on camera because like family is everything. But now like they have other things that are everything. So like if we need to fight on camera, sometimes it's fine because like we're doing that so that we don't have to show this other stuff.
And we protect the kids.
Yeah, and we protect like our husbands.
Yeah. Totally. So then they all sat down and Kourtney said something that really like rubbed me the wrong way. And it was just like indicative that she genuinely can't take responsibility for anything. Because whether you agree with her or not, like everyone in every fight has things that they're wrong for. She goes, my attitude is a reflection of how they're treating me. This is when she's talking to Khadijah and Malika. Like, okay, so you're acting out because they're treating you poorly. Like you can't even take responsibility for any of it. Like it's all on them. Mm-hmm. And that's what Kim was saying. It's like, so many people are telling you like that you're acting out. Like maybe it's you. Like maybe not everyone's against you. Like maybe people are worried about you.
Yeah, I think it's just like this cycle, and I'm so not on Kourtney's side at all. But at a certain point, when like Kim and Khloe are like so close, and you're on the outs, like yeah, every time you go talk to them, you're gonna have your guard up. And even when she said like I came there in such a good mood, it's like your mood was able to be flipped so quickly because like you're just so sensitive to like the dynamics between the three of you right now.
Yeah, and I guess it is weird because Khloe and Kourtney like they used to leave Kim out all the time, and they weren't like mean to Kim, and Kim never really cared because Kim has always been like business. But it must be weird for the dynamics. But that's what being sisters are. Like dynamics always change.
Dynamics always change.
Like I think you and I spend the most time together out of all the sisters, but like it wasn't always like that.
No.
That's just like you grow up and like things move around and like it's life.
Yeah.
Also, Khadijah like started crying when she was with Kourtney, and it was so dramatic. Like for someone who's never on the show, she needs to relax.
It was so dramatic, and I really didn't like. And I feel like again, this kind of like goes against just like their family ethos, where it's like friends are coming in and like moderating or even having anything to do with a family fight, and it's like you're not family.
But I think they're like desperate for castmates.
I know.
Like Scott is now involved. Like everyone's leaving the show. Kendall was even like a part of this week's episode more than she's been in the last 5 seasons. I think they need people.
Yeah,
bodies.
I know, but it's like I don't. this is a family matter.
Yeah, and honestly, I wasn't agreeing with Malika and Khadijah's advice to the family, like, at all. Like, I didn't think they were good moderators.
No, because, like, Kourtney is wrong.
So now let's take it to Paris. I don't know why it was never an option for Kris to walk in the show. She's 20% of Kylie Cosmetics, and honestly, it would have made a lot of sense. It would have been great for a makeup brand, like an older woman.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
I don't know.
But they didn't show us the conversation of Kris talking to Olivier, but she said it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, what is he going to do? She's not coming.
She's not coming, yeah.
I didn't realize how big of a deal it was that she didn't go until I watched these episodes. Like, when it happened, I was like, good, she's putting her health first. She can't go. You know what? Not everyone can go to Paris Fashion Week.
Right.
Lauren Conrad.
But I think that's exactly why it was a big deal, because it was a big project and no one even spoke about it.
Yeah.
Like, there were a few articles about Kylie being sick, but, like, literally nothing about Balmain.
Yeah, but I do think the collection, like, sold out, so it was fine. But, yeah, they didn't have that big moment that they were going for.
Yeah. Okay, now let's go to Armenia. Kourtney literally doesn't stop complaining. She's in the museum sleeping, crying about the fans, asking them to
so crazy. When she was, like, leaning on Mason's shoulder in the museum, I was like, stand up straight, come on.
No, Jackie, it was horrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah. And then the fans. Like, I think that the way they were, like, talking about fans, especially in the confessionals, like, you have to be so delicate, because these are the people watching your show. They're the people who care about you. They literally support your entire lifestyle. But, like, you're obviously entitled to your privacy. And honestly, I thought Kourtney was, like, kind of disrespectful about the whole thing.
Oh, my God. She was. And I understand, like, you know, you don't want to be mauled at all times. But, like, and maybe sometimes you have a point. I'm sure when they come to, like, New York City, it's crazy, blah, blah, yeah. But, like, you're going to Armenia. The people there are so proud of you and, like, just want to, like, even see you or have, like, a little piece of you. And, like, you're such an icon there, and to, like, not relish in that, why are you even going?
Or to not really understand, like, the obligation that comes with being the most famous person from Armenia. Like, Kim totally gets that. Like, I'm sure Kim's tired, but she totally gets how,
she, like, has this responsibility that she carries, and she's happy to do it.
Yeah, so that was, like, the whole vibe I got from the episode was, like, obviously I love Kim, but I, like, loved her so much more. Like, seeing how she feels this responsibility to, like, be proud and be Armenian and, like, talk about the Armenian genocide. And she's just, like, so proud of her history and so proud of, like, to be Armenian and, like, wants to do everything to help Armenian culture. And I just, like, loved her for that.
No, I absolutely loved her for that.
It's like we're the same way. Like, we're so proud to be Jewish. Like,
yeah. And it's like if we ever got to a stage in life where, like, we were, like,
being invited by the president of Israel, like,
the prime minister, to, like, go to Israel and just, like, have all this influence, like, it would be such a proud moment. And if any of our siblings were, like, falling asleep in the museum, I would be mortified. I would be mortified.
And Kim didn't even say anything. Like, but just the conversation in the car afterwards, and, like, Kourtney literally gets out and, like, stops in the middle of the conversation. Like, I just thought her attitude was so weird. But then when they got home, she was like, it was an amazing trip. Really? You literally didn't smile once.
And she wants to go back.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, if she says jet lag one more time.
Like, you took a fucking jet. Like, it's just hard for me to feel bad for people.
It's so hard for me to feel bad for people. And also, like, okay, jet lag is real, but, like, you travel all the time and you're fine, like, to go to Italy and post pictures on a yacht.
Yep.
But you're not fine to just go to a museum for an afternoon?
Yep. I just thought her demeanor was, like, so disrespectful the whole trip.
And it's like no one was making you go on that trip. So, like, that's the whole thing. It's stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
And she was like, I wish I didn't bring the kids. Like, you know how special that is? Like, your kids going to Armenia? Like, I couldn't relate to her. For someone who's, like, so obsessed with being a mom, and, like, her not to understand, like, what a special moment that could have been for her kids, like, was just confusing.
Yeah. It was really confusing. It was, yeah, I don't know how, even if she wasn't feeling it, like, how you don't put on, like, a better front, because it's just, like, so terrible and, like, terrible looking.
Another moment I just really enjoyed was Eva Longoria.
Oh.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was cute.
I love her.
I love a little glimpse of Eva Longoria.
And then the episode ended with Kourtney, like, obviously quitting, talking to Steph Shep and her other friend, who, like, obviously looked like they couldn't give a shit. But I just want to say, like, Clean Con was, like, one of the saddest cons I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's one of the more sad cons. And here's what's annoying is, like, it's not like, oh, I'm quitting the show. It's like, I've made the decision to step away from the show and only show the things that I want to show. So some of the work that I'm doing, like Clean Con, it's like,
we're good.
Maybe 5 years ago, like, ooh, you're, like, an advocate for clean beauty. That would have been cool. But, like, your sister's literally, like, going to the White House, getting people out of prison. It's just, like, a clean beauty conference is just not going to cut it.
No, it's just not going to cut it. And honestly, like, even if it was BeautyCon, like, I still might be, like, not even really interested. But, like, this sad con with her sad dressing room, like, it was just all too sad for me. And it was, like, a perfect way to see her go because I wasn't upset.
No, and it's, like, either leave the show and take everything with you, but don't just leave us the garbage.
The Clean Con.
Yeah, like the filler. That's the shit that nobody wants to see.
Nobody.
Totally.
But it was a really good episode. Honestly, Kardashian episodes have been so good, and I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm loving Thursday nights.
Loving. And now we have Rahoni as well, so Thursday nights are just a good night. A good night to be a toaster.
Let's talk about Rahoni. Honestly, I didn't really have any notes because it was so boring and I was really getting frustrated. But what do you think about them acknowledging Bethany's departure?
Oh, I thought it was like so weird that they just like wanted everyone to like sit there, look at their phones and talk shit.
They wanted to make it seem like they caught everyone with the breaking news.
Yeah, but like Luann's like all glammed up in the park and she happens to like stumble upon it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of contrived and it was like everyone was so happy to see her go because now it's like, you know, teachers are gone, classes, you know, out recess time and everyone's going to go crazy because there's no accountability. And like everyone like no one would ever have said those things like if they had to see Bethany the next day.
Of course.
And it's just like they're so two-faced, mostly not even because they like talk shit about her because they're so scared of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she's not there, they're like,
You know what's so funny is that all the Housewives franchises are produced by different production companies, and honestly, I think the one that does Real Housewives of New York does a terrible job. Like the taglines are bad, the theme song is like so weird, and like the new black and gold vibe, like, and I think like part of why Rahoni first episode I wasn't in love with is just the production company. I don't know which one it is and what other shows they produce, but for the most part, they all are produced by different production companies, and I really was like not enjoying this episode. Like it was just so staged and so weird.
The beginning of Rahoni season is always weird because they're coming back from summer where they haven't seen each other because everyone's like in the Hamptons doing their own thing.
And by the way, of all the Housewife franchises, I would say the Real Housewives of New York group, like the women are really not friends on the off season.
Yeah, so it's always like a stumbling back together.
Slow start.
But there were some things that I thought made it very good. First of all, Dorinda having a party right off the bat was great. Got all the women together. Usually you don't get that till like episode 3.
And I thought Dorinda looked fabulous. Like I actually really liked her haircut and her balmain blazer.
I completely agree.
And I love John. I just have to say, like he went from being, remember when he was like yelling at women getting drunk and like getting kicked out of parties to literally just being like a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, I ship the two of them even though they are no longer together. So that's like hard to watch knowing that it doesn't end well. I love the new housewife. Love her. I actually used to like wear her clothes.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, I'd never heard of Married to the Mob and I would just like some more financial information about her.
So I remember when she was telling her story, I'd heard of Married to the Mob when she was saying it, and then she told her story about how she used her police settlement to start her company, and I remember I'd heard that like when I was like used to shop. So when I used to shop at like Karmaloop and like, so it was kind of similar to like, not Wild like Fox now is different than what it was, but like it was just like more streetwear or like Joy Rich. I don't know. You wouldn't really know these brands, but like it was cute stuff. It was cute.
And she's so cute.
She's so cute.
Her daughter's so cute. She's so pretty. I love the relationship with her ex-husband. I love how she was defending Tinsley. Like she doesn't even know, but like Tinsley brought her and Dorinda was being a fucking animal.
A fucking animal. And I like that she's obviously like, if anybody's going to come for her this season, like it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah. And in the previews, like she looks like she become friends with everyone. She gets comfortable. She drinks a little bit. That police story was crazy.
I actually also really liked her like drinking journey because I really could relate to it because it's like I'm the same way where it's like I just don't drink anymore because I just can't deal with all the trouble that it causes. But like when I do, sometimes it's fine, but every 20th time it's like lose your passport, lose your bag, lose your life.
The episode of New York was like really making me want to go to a party. Like it was just reminding me, like literally that place where Dorinda had her party was where my Beacon after party was. Like I just want to go to a party.
Yeah, it was. That's like what's hard to watch is like we can't do any of those things.
Also, what's hard to watch is that like Tinsley is like the star of the show. She brought in the new girl. She was like a big part of the storyline. I know at the end of the season, like it really becomes all about her because she moves to Chicago. And I like her as a person, but as a housewife and a star on TV, I cannot be bothered to care about anything that goes on in her life. Like I find her so uninteresting. I'm the opposite of her. She's just like so weenie, like with her braids.
So weenie.
Like when
she was at the boxing place, and here's the thing, I actually really like her, and I want her to just be better. But then she's so cheesy and corny. And
yes.
She's like, my lashes.
My hoops, these are part of me.
And when the guy was like, nobody cares. And she was like, and he was like, no, nobody cares.
He wasn't even being funny. He was being serious.
Like, she doesn't get that through her head. Like, nobody cares about your lashes.
I can't stand her sometimes. But then it's like with the fight with Dorinda, like I don't even like Tinsley. I actually like Dorinda more, but Dorinda was so wrong. First of all, let's just say, for argument's sake, Scott and Tinsley have an arrangement. He pays her bills and she sucks his dick. Like, let's say that was the arrangement. Like, why is that Dorinda's business? And Dorinda, like, let's just say everything Dorinda was saying was true. She still has no right to be mad. Tinsley hasn't done anything to Dorinda. Dorinda's just like taking umbrage with things that she thinks Tinsley's doing in her personal life, which even if she was, is not her fucking business. And then she was just going so below the belt.
Yeah, and it's like if you want to come at someone with accusations that they're denying, okay, bring some fucking receipts. Otherwise, you just look like a crazy conspiracy theorist. And she very well might be right. That this is the situation.
But even if so, like, why does Dorinda care?
I don't know.
Like, her and Tinsley are not best friends. So if a girl that she knows has a boyfriend who pays her bills, why is she getting so bent out of shape?
I have no idea.
It's so weird.
That is really so weird. And I thought Tinsley, even though she's like such like a scared cat, she did a good job defending herself.
She was drunk, and everyone does better when they're drunk. And I don't even like Tinsley. I think she's actually one of the worst parts of the show. But she was so right. Like, she was just being bullied for no reason.
Yeah.
And I like that Leah stood up for her.
Yeah, I don't know why I like her.
No, I get why you like her, because she's so cute. Honestly, she should be the star of the show, like Tinsley Mortimer. She was a New York socialite. Rise. It's a great story. Come back. Mugshot. Like, it's perfect.
You just like can't root for her because she's like.
That's exactly what it is. She was brought on the show for you to root for her, like the comeback. And literally, she's the definition of nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
Crying with the eggs last season and crying at the circus, like, none of it does it for me. Like, those GIFs, I see them on Twitter and I don't care.
The circus and the eggs are like the worst parts, but then it was in the quieter moments that I liked her. You know what I mean?
How so?
I don't know. Like, when they were in Miami and like when... I forget. I would have to rewatch last season, but like when she was like, her friendship with Bethany was just like really cute, and there were just like moments where she was just being herself, and not because like it was probably moments that she didn't even think were gonna be on camera, versus like the circus moment that she knew was going to be.
Yeah, like, to be honest, I can't point to one moment where I thought anything she did is like cute, funny, smart, or interesting. I'm the opposite of Tinsley.
Yeah,
I just don't like her.
Yeah.
But you know who I love, who's just like every season getting better and better? Sonia. Like, she's such a good friend. And you know, it's so crazy. She also really rebranded herself. Like, there were a couple seasons where everyone thought she was an alcoholic and she was so crazy and was on pills. And like, she wasn't. And she just stopped drinking just to prove to everyone that she could. And she's just so fun. And she's a good friend. Like, even with Luann. Like, Luann has done such terrible things to everyone on the show. But Sonia, like, just is still a good friend to her. And I love Sonia.
Yeah. Luann also lost a lot of weight.
So Luann looks different. Like,
yeah. I think
she looks taller.
Some people message me saying, like, what work did she have done? I honestly think she just lost weight.
Yeah, and her face changed because of it.
Yeah, and like her arms are like so toned.
Well, she's like on this crazy tour, and I think she actually just doesn't eat.
Yeah,
but the probation thing, like, I actually felt that sigh of relief for her. Like, I've never been on probation, but I imagine it's torture, like, just having someone like being so involved in your life, like a stranger. So I was actually really happy for her, and I'm done talking about it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to move on to this next chapter. Also, I really like that Leah has actually never seen the show before.
Yeah.
A lot of housewives come in and they pretend like they don't watch.
Yeah.
But like the fact that she didn't know what Giovanni was.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, and then when they were talking about her arrest, it was like clear that she had heard some stuff from Tinsley, but like really didn't know the extent of it.
I agree.
And I just like her. She's just some people just have it, you know?
Yes.
And a lot of people are comparing her to Dana from Vanderpump Rules, that they look alike and they talk alike. And they're just two girls who just have it.
You're so right. Ramona crying in the restaurant was absolutely hilarious. But honestly,
do you see Mitchell Modell?
Of course. Oh my God. We always talk about him on the show because his episodes of Undercover Boss are so iconic.
You guys, if you haven't seen the Modell's episode of Undercover Boss, you will never understand why we always talk about Mitchell Modell. You have to watch it.
And I actually recently ran into him at Nobu when I was sitting with Jonathan Chabon, who knew him, and it was just like the whole thing was too fabulous for me. Like, I was just living in the moment.
And you just wouldn't think like Modell's and fabulous would be in the same sentence.
I know. And Andy actually was live tweeting the episode. He's like, "Oh, I just heard Modell's was going out of business."
So sad.
So sad. But you know, if anything,
they had a great run.
And if we've learned anything about Mitchell Modell from his numerous appearances on Undercover Boss, it's that he'll make a comeback.
Yeah.
So it was a fine episode. Like, I just...
What if Ramona ends up with Mitchell Modell?
I don't know why she wasn't all over him. He's like a wealthy guy.
You know,
I think he might be married.
It was so not it for me. Like that William, Ramona's friend William at Magic Hour.
I'm so over that whole...
And he was like 20 years old.
And honestly, Leah was being funny.
Leah was being so funny in her confessional. I'm just really excited about her. It seems like she's like Bethany with a clean slate.
Bethany with a clean slate, like a little, like an interesting background. I just feel like there's more about her. Like, I can't wait to hear more about like her husband and
I want to see her
house.
apartment.
I need to see her apartment. She lives in Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
So it was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
But it's something. It's content. I'm so excited for Beverly Hills. Like, oh my God, the
When is it?
Fabulosity, April 15th.
Okay, that's like a little far away, but it's honestly 5 days before THEO's birthday.
And it's one day before the next episode of The Redheads, and it's going to be here before you know it, because I actually feel like quarantine is flying by.
Yeah, it's weird. The days are it's like camp. The days are long, but the weeks are fly by. That's what they used to say at camp.
That's what they used to say.
Okay, now let's go dive into our toast series of the weekend, and then we'll give our new assignment. And that segment is brought to you very appropriately by Hush Blankets. And I just really feel like I want to get on my soapbox and yell at everyone who doesn't have a Hush blanket. Now that I got a love sack, I've been laying on it with my weighted blanket. It's just so premium. And Ben literally was laying on it yesterday. He's like, "This blanket's heavy." I'm like, "It's a weighted blanket, Ben." The Hush blanket is substantially better looking and better quality than any other brand on the market of weighted blankets. They make their products with only the best material. And here are some of the benefits of having a weighted blanket. It can give you a deeper sleep. It can cause you to stay asleep longer. It feels like a hug and is helping to improve people who experience anxiety or stress. They also have a give back program at Hush Blankets. They donate one in 10 adult blankets and 1 in 5 kids blankets to charities and shelters in need. It's been a huge part of their brand since day one. They understand that not everyone can afford a Hush blanket, but they absolutely deserve to experience a better sleep. So if you buy it, they also give you a 100-night guarantee. You have 100 nights to test out your blanket. If you don't love it, send it back to them for a full refund, no questions asked. If you feel like it's too heavy or too light, you can exchange sizes. Jackie and I both have the throw, and I have one in navy blue. What color is yours?
Navy blue as well. Have you, like, the best feeling is like being under the Hush blanket. Like, that's what I do during the day now to calm my anxieties. Like, I'm love sack under the Hush, and you're just in a sandwich.
I totally agree. And like the Hush blanket is like the mayo.
Oh, for sure.
If you feel like it's too heavy or too light, you can exchange sizes. Returns and exchanges are super easy. And if you want to get one and you want to get $50 off, make sure to use the code TOAST at hushblankets.com. That's TOAST for $50 off. That's a pretty big chunk of change. Hushblankets.com. Thank you for sponsoring the show, and thank you for sending us blankets because they truly changed my life.
Yeah, they came just in. It's really the best quarantine friend you could have.
Okay, unorthodox. What were your thoughts? Wait, let me actually grab my notes.
I'm going to start with all the positives because there were so many. Because overall, I really enjoyed it. Just as a work of art. The story was so good. It's based on a true story, which I love.
I just want to say I got 3 followers on Peloton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Theo's mom, she's gone crazy.
It is based on a true story, but there are multiple articles pointing out like how different the real story was, but who cares?
Shows do that all the time.
Yeah.
So that's fine with me. It was really moving. Like, I really was emotionally invested in both sides of the story. I thought it was so well done. I thought the acting was spectacular.
I mean, I thought the fact that they did the whole thing in Yiddish is one of the most impressive things. Yiddish is like a forgotten language.
And with all Jewish actors. And when I went to look up the person who plays Esty, I was like hoping that she was Jewish because that would just like add to the story. But then I saw that the whole cast is like Jewish or Israeli.
Really? I mean, the guy who plays Yunkel is so hot. Have you seen him?
Oh my God, I know.
And like he's so weenie looking on the show, but
no,
Yunkel
on
is
the show,
sexy.
He's a good looking guy.
And you know, you actually like champion him, and
he's a good guy.
Part of the thing that like was made me trepidatious to watch it is like, as a Jewish person who's like constantly feeling like everyone hates Jews, like you're always nervous to have your religion put as a spectacle. And what wasn't made clear in the documentary that that's not a documentary, the series that I actually did research on my own and figured out afterwards was like, this particular community of Jews is considered the Setmar. It's called the Setmar community, and they're very fringe. Like they're very like they're not into even like of the highest religion of like Jews, like Orthodox Hasidic. Like they're just totally disassociated, and there were a lot of negative things like about the community, like especially in its way that it treated women, that it does in real life. But the Setmar community is so fringe and so like not a part of like the core religion of Judaism, and people who don't know about the different sects of Judaism, who just sees like curly people in black hats, like you just loop all Jews in together. And I felt frustrated that the documentary, like now someone who doesn't know the intricacies of the Jewish community or just like doesn't even like Jews, like this just gives people like another reason to dislike Jews, and that was frustrating.
Yeah, I didn't even, when I watched the show, I just assumed that they were Hasidim, which is like the highest sect of religious Jews, and I didn't realize that they were Setmar, and like the Setmar community, like they don't even recognize Israel like as a Jewish state. Like they have a lot of differences of opinions with all Jews, and so when I thought it was just the Hasidim, I was like, wow, that's kind of really strict there. But
and by the way, I know a lot of Hasidic people. It's not like that.
No, and like there are so many Hasidic people and Orthodox people who are so fabulous, and like they all are. So to focus on the one community that doesn't even represent like Judaism, yet now this is the show about religious Judaism, and
because
it's like
they physically look like Jews.
Yeah, and they're so religious. religious.
Yeah,
so it's like they're the Jewiest Jews, but they actually aren't at all. And it wasn't until you told me that I realized that it's really, like, I understand that this is this woman's story and that it happened and that it's real, but like when not so many stories about religious Jewish people get made and then that's the one that does, it makes the whole community look like crazies.
Right, like even me, like an educated viewer, like I still didn't fully understand like that they were talking about the Setmar community, and I just feel like
there was only that one comment in the hotel lobby
pig.
when Moshe is like saying that he's spitting on Zionists. It was like, oh, and then like
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either. But then you told me that they're part of that community. They even they protest the Israel Day parade because they don't agree with Jews living in the state of Israel.
Like, so,
and that's not how the majority of Jews feel.
So even though I like the story from like an entertainment standpoint, like as I was championing Esty, I just had a pit the whole time because even like as an educated viewer, I just know people are going to watch it and be like, oh, fucking Jews. Like the whole thing
so
with
terrible towards women.
The whole thing with the women was just so horrible. And that's just like not what Judaism is about. Like literally Judaism, if you read the Bible, like from the perspective of a Jew, like it's all about lifting up women. Like it was frustrating, but I just liked the show.
Yeah. And the Torah is like an open book and it's like, it's alive. So like, things that happen today like can change how we interpret the Torah, and it's like most people don't interpret it in this way that it was meant to be interpreted in like
it's very old school
in 100 BC,
right? Like they live the way the Bible was written, like they just then they don't evolve, and so obviously everyone is open to practice whatever sect they want to,
and so I'm happy for them. But when it's like the only really big examples of Jews that we see are either unorthodox, which is showing the Setmar Hasidim, which is like makes all Hasidim look like that's what they practice, or we just have Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. It's like
so true.
We can't get anyone in the middle who's fabulous
and normal. That's so fucking
like
true.
Those are the
no. It's like Madoff and Setmar. Oh my God, that's so true.
But it's like we're not Orthodox, but we grew up in in Orthodox communities, and like there's so many fabulous, wonderful, incredible Orthodox Jewish people, even in the Ashkenaz community and the Sephardic community, who have come over from Africa, and they have incredible stories, and like
so true.
You don't hear about any and it's not. I'm sure a lot of religions and minorities feel this way, where it's like our community is a spectacle and like we need more stories about
and
our
the only
people.
Stories being told are like the extremist ones,
or it's like Holocaust ones, and it's
right, that's all.
And there's so much more in between, and so I thought it was a great show, but like when you take a step back, it's like, okay, so now that's the image of Jews that's out there.
I know
that the people are like looking at in 2020, and it's like it's not great.
I'm secretly hoping like nobody watches the show.
Yeah,
even though I did enjoy it.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. It made me so emotional. Like when she was singing her prayer, because she obviously doesn't know any other songs. And I was literally crying. Like it was so beautiful. And like I felt so much for Esty, and I was so proud of her for leaving. But I also felt so much for Yankee when he cut off his pay. It's like I was crying. And it was before I knew who was stepmom.
He was such a nice boy though.
He was such he tried so hard. Okay, and like it also made me realize like all Jewish boys and their mothers, like I
know, no matter what community you're from. But I had two major problems with the ending. One, like we never got a clear thing on like what's going to happen with this child.
Well, now she's with her mom, and oh my God, that guy that she hooked up with was so hot.
That's my other problem.
And the fact that he's also Jewish, like in real life.
Oh, loved that. But here's my other problem with that.
Please.
We had to witness that awful sex scene of her and her husband. Like it was so painful to watch. Like I just wanted to cry for her. But we don't even get to see the sexy Berlin guy. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
I wanted to see her experience real intimacy.
Right.
And we didn't get to see that. I was literally pissed.
No, it was upsetting. But they were like so cute when she like first got there, and she's like in her little shadel and going to the beach.
Oh my God, her at the beach. Like I just.
She was literally so cute. She's an incredible actress. If she doesn't get nominated for an award from this, I have not seen better acting in the last year.
Agreed.
She should be nominated for every award applicable because it was fabulous, fabulous acting.
Yeah, it was just frustrating for me that there wasn't more of a delineation between like normal Jews and these people.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, and it's like
now people think like if you're Jewish, we're gonna come follow you with a gun. Like
No, but someone's commenting that like people are open-minded and understand that there are extremists in all religions, but I don't think that show made it clear that those are like the serious extremists. They're not even the most like the Hasidim are the most religious, but they're not extremists.
No, they're the most like ultra Orthodox, like people in Brooklyn. That's like one of the epicenters of religious Jews. Like they're not. They're the highest level of like Orthodoxy, And even they are not even close to the set bar.
Right. So I feel like even as like an educated Jewish person, it wasn't clear to me that these are like that fringe group of people.
Yeah.
I just assumed that they were just like, that's what goes down in the Hasidic community.
Same. And at first I started watching it because I was frustrated. Like, I know Hasidic people. We are related to Hasidic people. Like, that's not what it's like. And then after reading that New York Times article, just like explaining the differences, I was like, what is Setmar? And I did a bunch of research, and it was just frustrating that like it was on me as a viewer to like figure that out. And I'm like an educated Jewish viewer. Like, the average person who might not even be Jewish is not going to do that level of research.
Right. Right. Like I wouldn't have, and I would have said like totally different things on the show today if I didn't talk to you about it last night.
Right.
So overall, I mean, it's a great show, but like just like as a Jewish person, I'm like,
it was Pittsville.
Yeah.
And that's just always what it's like watching anything about Jewish people, because like you said, it's like the two extremes of being portrayed. And I think that's like a universal struggle, like not just Jewish people, but like any religion that's depicted. Like, I'm sure people have problems with it. But it was just frustrating, but it was still really good.
Yeah. So that's that on that.
Is that all we got?
I think that's all we got. We have to assign our next toast movie.
Oh, yes.
Which is something that was highly requested, and the Snitch recommended it, and I always trust the Snitch recommendation. And it is called Love, Rosie. It is a movie on Netflix with Lily Collins and Sam Claflin. I think it's like a romantic, I don't know about comedy, but it's a romance. And it's something that I would totally watch anyway. So Love, Rosie is our toast movie of the day.
Great. You could watch it on Netflix. And that's all we got. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. Wherever you listen to podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast, and give us a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.